4 years ago, when I was 14 years old, in year 10 in high school, I was heading into math class. I sat down, got all my stuff out, and it was a regular day. Yeah, it was nothing out of the ordinary. Until this one girl sitting in front of me turned around and asked me a question, a very explicit question. She asked me, "Theo, are you a virgin?" And bro, immediately when she says that, my body goes into flight or fight mode. Because throughout the years of 9 and 10, I was trying to put on this tough guy act all throughout the year to try and, get with girls, yeah, get the respect of other people in my year, like any 14-year-old would. So in my mind, if I answer this question truthfully, then that whole tough guy act, all my respect, yeah, would go down the drain, it would go out the window. Or that was what I thought. So I just look at her awkwardly, don't even answer the question, and get back to work. But when I am working, doing these maths equations, I feel so behind, bro. Because I already know most people, well, not most people, but a lot of people have already been intimate, yeah? Yeah, and I wasn't even comparing myself to people in the class. I was comparing myself to people online who are older than me, who already have a girlfriend, already have been intimate with women. I'm just comparing myself to all those people. But later that night, I was texting a girl on Snapchat called Betty for the sake of this story. And she actually overheard this other girl ask me this question, and she had something very interesting to say about it, which I will get to in a few minutes. As I am texting this girl, just average 14-year-old, small talk, nothing special, the question comes up again, yeah? Because again, she overheard this other girl ask me that question. And she basically says, which was a complete relief to me, that it was weird, yeah. She thought it was like really weird to ask me this question in class. She didn't think it was appropriate, all of that stuff. Yeah, but I'm looking back at it now, I don't understand why that was such a big relief for me, because I was like 14 years old, right? No one that age should be having to worry about that stuff in the slightest. Maybe if I was like 30, yeah, or like 26, maybe then I'd start to worry about it a bit, yeah? But that's all dependent on the person. But I just wish someone told me this at 13, 14, 15, or even like 16 years old. You are not defined by what you've done in the past with women, with friends, with anything. What matters is who you are right now. Yeah, I don't care if you're, 15, 16, 17 watching this and have never talked to a girl in your life. That doesn't mean you can't meet your future wife tomorrow. That doesn't mean you can't approach a girl right now or anyone and be friends with them, get a relationship from them. Yeah, because bro, for me, if I'm gonna do any of that intimate stuff with a girl, I am gonna marry this girl, yeah? I'm not gonna do it casually, that's just me. And in my experience, that is the best thing to do, especially while you're young, you're still building yourself, you're still developing yourself. Yeah, you should reserve yourself in that aspect until you know what you want. I see a lot of young guys my age just get into relationships because they're desperate, yeah? They might not even like this person too much, but they just get into it anyway because they feel like that gives them validation. But I think the real competence comes from not just getting with a girl, because realistically, I think if you just improved yourself a little bit, anyone could just go to a party, yeah. Anyone could just go out and get a girlfriend like that. But I think true competence comes from actually choosing the right one that you truly want. And I think as men, we need to spend a few years working on ourselves for that to happen. Yeah, bro, so I've said it before and I say it again, you are not defined by your past experiences. Even if you think you've done nothing with your life up until now, yeah? You don't think you've done anything worthwhile, that can change, bro. That doesn't mean you can't do something awesome tomorrow. Yeah, and when it comes to being a virgin, not having a girlfriend yet, yeah, I'd say that is probably a good thing if you're young and given you're still working on yourself. Because if you're working on yourself enough, then that means you're gonna get better every day. You're gonna be able to attract a higher quality woman, if you wanna put it like that. So yeah, I believe you should work on yourself for a few years. I don't know what age you are right now. I'm guessing most of the people watching this video are, you know, 14, 15, 16, maybe some people in their 20s. Give it time, bro. Yeah, you don't have to rush into anything. Realistically, you will know when you're ready. Yeah, don't just get with anyone for, you know, a little bit of validation to look cool in front of your homies and all that stuff. Yeah, get with someone because you know you're gonna spend the rest of your life with them. You don't have to listen to me, yeah? I'm just some guy yapping on the internet, but I think that is the best way to go about it. Yeah, and one more thing actually. If you are struggling with heartbreak or rejection, or you are struggling to get over this one girl, yeah, or this one person in your life, yeah, whether you're a guy or a girl, there should be something more in your life than that person, all right? And what I mean by something more is you should be emotionally attached to something else, yeah? That could be work, yeah? That could be your business, that could be working out, it could be a hobby, it could be anything. Have something that you can always rely on. If it's the gym is never going anywhere, yeah? If it's drawing is never going anywhere. If it's schoolwork is probably never gonna go anywhere. Yeah, focus on something like that. Try and get good at something like that, because in reality, that would actually make you more attractive to the people you're trying to connect with, yeah? Yeah, you see all these people online telling you to focus on something else, and that's the reason, bro, because you have to be emotionally attached to something, yeah? You can't be not emotionally attached to anything. So just make sure you have that thing in your life, yeah? And if you don't have it right now, find it, yeah? I know it's easier said than done, but just try new things, see what you like. Yeah, in my experience, trying new things like uploading on YouTube has really helped with that. Yeah, even just locking in more on my schoolwork. Just things like that to get you distracted. Yeah, well, not distracted, but you know what I mean, more invested in something else besides like the people you like in person. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. Again, you don't have to listen to any of this advice if you don't want to, right? If you don't resonate with me and my message, yeah, completely fine, don't follow this. But if you do, try and implement what I just told you, yeah? I'll see you in the next one.